I'm 87 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about success is completely wrong. Your parents lied to you. Your teachers lied to you. Society lied to you. They told you that if you work hard enough, climb high enough, earn enough, then you'll have time for what matters. Then you'll be happy. Then you'll finally live. I believed those same lies for 38 years. At that age, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew. And what I've learned in the 49 years since has completely changed how I see what it means to live a good life. I'm making this because I'm running out of time and there are things you need to hear before it's too late. Not for me, for you. At 38, I had everything. I was a senior partner at a prestigious law firm. Corner office on the 42nd floor overlooking the city. Six-figure salary, which in 1975 meant something. A beautiful house in the suburbs. 2 cars in the garage. A wife who somehow still loved me. 3 kids who were growing up whether I was watching or not. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the respect of my colleagues, the envy of my peers, the admiration of my father who never thought I'd amount to much. I had the career, the status, the security. Everyone said I was living the dream. I was working 80-hour weeks and calling it dedication. I was in Chicago, O'Hare Airport, gate B-17. I remember the exact gate number because that memory is burned into my brain like a brand. I was waiting for a flight to New York for a merger deal that would make me the youngest managing partner in the firm's history. My briefcase was open. Papers spread across 3 seats. I was on top of the world. My pager went off. Remember pagers? That's how long ago this was. I called the number from a payphone. My wife's voice was shaking. Your daughter just had her first dance recital. She kept looking for you in the audience. She asked me 3 times when you were coming. I remember exactly what I said. Tell her Daddy's sorry. I'll make it up to her. I promise. Then I heard something in the background. My daughter's voice, small and distant. Mommy, did Daddy even remember? The line went dead. My wife had hung up, and I stood there in that terminal, surrounded by strangers rushing to their gates, holding a phone that was just buzzing dial tone. My chest felt tight. The fluorescent light suddenly seemed too bright. Everything was spinning. But you know what I did? I got on that plane. I closed that deal. I became managing partner 3 months later. Everyone congratulated me. My father finally said he was proud. My colleagues threw me a party. And my daughter stopped asking when I'd be home. Standing in that airport, staring at that dead phone, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't living my life. I was performing it, going through the motions, checking boxes that someone else had drawn. I was so busy building a legacy that I was destroying the only legacy that actually mattered. The memories my children would have of their father. Let me tell you the biggest lie you're probably telling yourself right now. I have time. You're telling yourself you'll make it up to them later. When the promotion comes through, when you pay off the house, when you get that big bonus, when things slow down at work, when the kids are older and can appreciate your sacrifices. When I make partner, then I'll take that vacation. When I hit my sales target, then I'll coach Little League. When we're more financially secure, then I'll be more present. When this project is done, then I'll prioritize family. When I retire, then I'll finally have time for everyone. Let me save you 49 years of regret with one simple truth. That day never comes. You know why? Because the goalposts keep moving. You make partner, and suddenly you need to prove you deserve it. You hit your target, and they raise it. You get financial security, and you realize there's always more security to gain. You finish one project, and 3 more appear. You're always chasing something just out of reach, and before you know it, you're 87 years old with great-grandchildren who think you're just some old man who shows up at holidays. You're climbing a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. And you can't climb back down and start over. Time doesn't work that way. I had a colleague named Robert who died 28 years ago at 59. He worked 70-hour weeks for 35 years. Never took a vacation. Never missed a client meeting. He built a practice that brought in millions. The wall outside his office was covered with awards. He kept saying he'd slow down next year. Next year he'd take his wife to Paris. Next year he'd teach his son to fish. Next year became never when he had a stroke at his desk on a Tuesday afternoon. At his funeral, his son said, "My father was a successful man. I barely knew him." That was the eulogy from his own child. Is that the legacy you want? Your regrets won't be about the things you did wrong. They'll be about the things you didn't do at all. My father died when I was 53. We had a complicated relationship. He was hard on me growing up. I spent 30 years trying to prove myself to him, trying to earn his approval. And when I finally got it, when I made managing partner, I thought we'd have time to really talk, to work through things, to connect like we never had when I was young. I kept thinking we'd have that conversation when I was less busy, when I had more time, when the timing was right. But I was always too busy closing deals, building my career, chasing the next milestone. He had a heart attack on a Sunday morning reading the newspaper. Gone in minutes. No warning, no goodbye. No chance to say the things I'd been putting off. We never got that chance. And you know my biggest regret? All the Sundays I didn't call him just to talk. All the times I was too tired to drive the 2 hours to visit. All the moments I sacrificed for conference calls and client dinners and networking events. All the little moments I let slip away because I thought there would always be more. There won't always be more. I don't lie awake at night thinking about the cases I lost or the deals that fell through. Those don't matter. You know what keeps me up? The trip to Yellowstone. I never took my kids on because I was too busy with a merger. The relationship with my oldest son that grew distant because I missed too many of his baseball games, and by high school he stopped inviting me. The guitar I bought and never learned to play because I always had briefs to review. The 20 years of marriage anniversaries where I showed up late or not at all because a client needed me. These things eat at you. The missed opportunities, the roads not taken, the love you didn't express when you had the chance, the moments that can never be recreated, the childhood you missed while you were in meetings, the teenagers who grew up without really knowing you, the grandchildren who were born into a world where grandpa is always busy. After missing my daughter's recital, I made changes, but it took years, too many years. I cut back my hours at 40, started saying no to weekend work, started being home for dinner, started going to the games and recitals. In these last 47 years, I've learned more about what matters than I did in the previous 38 years combined. What matters is embarrassingly simple. Time with people you love, work that feels meaningful to you, not to your ego, experiencing things, not owning things, creating memories instead of collecting achievements, being present instead of being important. I know it sounds simple. When I was your age, I would have rolled my eyes. Sure, but I have bills to pay. I have responsibilities. I have a mortgage. I have a family to provide for. And yes, you do. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow. I'm not saying abandon responsibility. I'm not suggesting you become irresponsible or stop working hard. I'm saying don't sacrifice what matters for what doesn't. There's a difference between working to live and living to work, between providing for your family and never seeing them, between building a future and missing the present, between being successful at work and being a stranger at home. You can be successful without being absent. You can provide without being invisible. You can achieve without abandoning. If you died tomorrow, your company would replace you in 2 weeks. Your clients would find another lawyer, another consultant, another whatever you are. The projects you think are critical will continue without you. The meetings will happen. The emails will get answered. The deals will close. But your kids can't replace you. Your spouse can't replace you. Your parents won't be around forever. The moments you miss don't come back. Your daughter's first recital happens once. Your son's championship game happens once. Your child's graduation happens once. Your parents' final days happen once. You don't get do-overs with the people you love. I missed my daughter's recital at age 5. I made it to her high school graduation, but we barely spoke. It took until she had her own children, until I became a grandfather at 58, for us to rebuild what I'd broken. She's 54 now, and we're close. But those years, from age 5 to 30, when she needed her father and he was always at the office, I can never get those back. I have great-grandchildren now, 4 of them, ages 2 to 8. And you know what? I'm not missing a single moment. Not one birthday party, not one school concert, not one afternoon at the park. Because I know exactly how fast it goes. I know exactly what I'd be losing. When my great-grandson Liam turned 3 last month, I was there, front row, watching him blow out his candles. His face lit up when he saw me. "Papa!" he yelled. That moment, that pure joy. That's what I missed with my own kids. That's what I almost missed with my grandkids. That's what I refuse to miss now. Here's what you need to do. Not someday, today. Look at your calendar. Find one commitment this week that doesn't matter. A meeting that's just a status update. A networking event out of obligation. Cancel it. Replace it with time with someone you love. Put your phone in another room at dinner. Not on silent, not face down. In another room. Be present. Look at the faces of the people you love. Listen to their stories. Stop saying, "I am too busy," when your kid asks you to play. They stop asking eventually. And when they do, something breaks that's very hard to fix. Say yes to the tea party, say yes to the video game, say yes to the walk. These moments are your life. Call your parents today, not next week. Today. Ask them about their lives. Tell them you love them. Time is running out faster than you think. Take the vacation you've been postponing. The work will be there when you get back. But your kids won't be kids forever. Stop chasing someone else's definition of success. Stop trying to impress people who don't matter. Stop climbing ladders just because they're there. Start spending on experiences, not just things. Start helping others. Start valuing relationships over possessions. Start asking yourself, if I died tomorrow, would the people I love know they were loved? I'm 87 years old. If I'm lucky, maybe 5 or 6 more years, maybe 8 if blessed, probably less. And I'm okay with that, because these last 49 years have been the richest of my life, not because I made more money, because I finally started living intentionally, appreciating every day, prioritizing what matters. I've traveled to Italy and Japan and Argentina. I've deepened relationships with my children, become close to my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I learned to play that guitar. I forgave my father and myself. I say, I love you every day. I'm happier now at 87 with maybe 5 years left than I was at 38 when I thought I had all the time in the world. That's the irony. When you understand time is limited, you start to actually live. You stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You stop postponing joy. You stop making excuses. You stop hiding behind, I'm too busy, and start making choices that align with what you actually value. You say no to the things that drain you. You say yes to the moments that fill you. You create the memories while you still can. You have a choice, right now, today. Keep living the way you're living. Chasing the next promotion, the next achievement, the next milestone, putting off happiness, telling yourself you'll make time for what matters later. Missing your children's lives while you build a career they won't remember and that won't remember you. Or wake up. Realize time is running out faster than you think. Understand that the life you're waiting to live needs to start now, today, not when you retire, not when things slow down, not when you finally make it, now. I can't make this choice for you. But I can tell you this, you don't want to be 87 years old, looking back, wishing you made different choices, wishing you'd been there for the recital, wishing you'd known your kids, wishing you'd spent less time in the office and more time in the living room, wishing you'd realized sooner that success means nothing if you're successful alone. Don't waste 38 years figuring this out like I did. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my regrets, learn from the fact that I almost missed everything that actually mattered. Live intentionally, prioritize what matters. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is today, it always has been. If this resonates with you, share this video. Leave a comment and tell me what you're going to do differently. Subscribe, because I have more truths to share and not much time left to share them. The clock is ticking for all of us. What are you going to do with your time?